I don't feel God. I don't feel God anywhere. God does not speak to me. He speaks to you people, not to me. I don't have any special experience. You people have all these great stories. You write the books. You get to speak. I don't have any of that. He speaks to you, not me.
Oh, no.
Does that sound familiar? Do you ever feel that way? Well, there's a story about a man. He was very hungry. He was hungry for a long time. And it's like, what? Who's going to help me? And all of a sudden, this man appeared. He says, I can help you with that. So he was wondering what's going to go on. And then the next morning, when he heard this noise and he looked out his back door, and this is what he saw.
Snow.
Bull.
It was a big bull. And then the man says, there you go. He goes, well, what am I going to do with that? I can't do anything with that. Why don't you give me something smaller, like a steak or a meatball, or how about even a crouton? Then I can digest it. So is this how God speaks to us? Maybe this is God's preferred method. Instead of something big that we can't digest, he does it subtly. Maybe even like a smoldering bits of truth that just dissipate over time. Maybe like croutons. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe there's croutons. Maybe we're missing them. Actually, the title of this, it came from a woman, a neighbor that I did not like, but I kept talking to her because I wanted to find something that I liked about her. And then I was telling her, I wish my kids would talk to me more. And she says, yeah, well, this is what you say. You don't need the whole story. Just throw me a crouton once in a while. So that I've thought about that often. And that happened about 10 years ago. So what are some of the croutons in your life? Okay, I'm going to tell you three of the croutons that I found. The first one is something that we studied in medical school when I was studying to be a nurse, and it's about a psychotherapist named Erik Erikson, and his theory is that in each phase of life we have a task to do. We have something that we have to accomplish in order for us to develop properly. Like when we're a kid, when we're a baby, infant, our task is to develop trust with someone. And so this is very important, like the first 5 years of life. And if we don't accomplish it, then we're kind of crippled. And we can accomplish it a little bit later on in life through friendships and whatever, but it's not going to be the same as if we did it when we were a baby. And so people go on, like when you're a teenager, you develop your identity. You establish who you are and your purpose. And if you don't establish that, or if it's not recognized or firm in your mind, then you always have questions, and you always struggle with that. And in your young 20s, it's to develop a relationship with opposite sex. In your 20s, in your 30s, you want to accomplish things. You want to be productive and be successful in your career and everything. And then when you're older, you want to establish your worthiness and your dignity. And that's why we always treat older people like with a lot of dignity, because that's the most important. And if you don't get that dignity, you're damaged. So this is one crouton that God has given me that is very useful. Another crouton that I discovered maybe about 15 years ago is through a man, Dr. Gary Chapman. He's a minister and a counselor. And he was wondering what blocks people from feeling love. He goes, I talk to these spouses and they go, I love my spouse. I show her love, but she just says she doesn't feel it. So what he developed is a book called The Five Love Languages. And he said, maybe she doesn't feel it because you're speaking two different languages. Maybe she's speaking the language of physical touch or affirmations, and you're speaking the language of service and quality time or gifts. She doesn't care about gifts. She cares about if you tell her how much you mean to her. So he says this is a simple idea, but it should be practiced. And he warns people, if you don't learn this, if you don't learn the language of your spouse, your relationship is doomed. It will not succeed. So I'm glad that he said that. So this is another big crouton of life. And of course, maybe the biggest crouton is our divine principle and the three-position foundation of our basic belief system of unity of mind and body and God, and and the second blessing, which we're all familiar with, and also Father's words and his teaching of restoration. This is probably not a crouton, but like an iceberg, almost like an avalanche. And maybe that's why people have a hard time digesting it, because it's almost too big. Well, I hope that you like the croutons that I gave you today. And you can keep them or you can share them. And but there's also some other croutons. If these don't work, there's also music. If you're depressed, feeling empty, listen to music. Frank Sinatra. You need some more romance in your life. You don't need to feel value. Listen to Frank Sinatra. And also, if you're feeling depressed and hopeless, come to church, because everybody needs fellowship. And there's a lot of good wisdom that can be heard in our dining room after the service. And I also brought a salad with croutons today. Yes. Okay. Now there's one other person that likes croutons. Do you know who that is? That's God. God likes croutons because he appreciates all the little things that you do for him every day. That's my sermon. So I'll say a prayer now. Dear Heavenly Father, we're here today because we love you. We want to give you our love, croutons. We want to show each other love and our dedication that we will not give up on you and each other. We want to lift you up. We want to lift each other up. And we want to feel your love so we can spread it through our families, our communities, and our world. We are searching for meaning, and we are searching for answers and ways that we can bring this world into oneness and harmony. And we want to fulfill your destiny and your providence on this earth. We want to see the proof of your truth manifested in us and each other. So please, I pray that you can be with us and that we can feel your presence in everything that we do. And I offer this prayer in my name, Valerie Randolph, Aju and Amen.